Okay, so how long is this going to last?
Not long. It's not going to. We're going to do it quick.
Okay.
All right. Start off the video.
Huh?
Start the video.
What do you mean start it?
Start it. At It's Ozar, when do you think you're joining phase, and can your dad knack? If he can, what's his favorite knack swap?
It's titty neck.
I don't know if I'd ever... Blaze joined phase, and he's a jerk for not going with me, and that's all I gotta say. Alright, at MNMS4Life21, did your parents support you before you turned YouTube into basically a job?
Actually, no.
You can be as honest as you want.
Okay.
You can be as honest as you want.
So, initially, his mom and I did not support this at all. Basically, he was suffering in school a little bit, and we basically had to take the game away from him. So, there were times when he didn't play. We do support him. We wanted to see, you know, he seems to really enjoy this. It seems to be... this technology and gaming is an industry, so yeah, he can certainly do well in it.
A lot of people look at this as entertainment. Do you see that as entertainment?
Yeah, I can see. I never really thought about it as entertainment before, but it's definitely.
Now you kind of see it.
Yeah, I do. I mean, as an entertainer, sometimes myself, I see how it can be looked at that way.
This is at Skiing is Bay. I loved all these questions, so I'm gonna answer all this. What's your favorite thing you do with your dad? I gotta say. It's a lot of stuff. I don't know. I just like talking to you. To be honest, it's fun. It's fun to talk to. How long were you in a bay before joining Red? I told you this. The night it was happening, I was at my house. I was at my other house, and I went to church with y'all, and basically just explained what happened. And every single time I pushed notifications, I scrolled down, I got 99 new notifications. It was every single second I would scroll down, I get 10 more, and then 20 more, and it was ridiculous amount of time. And I thought I think he thought it was pretty cool, how fast it was all going, and the way people were contacting me and stuff.
Yeah, it was crazy because I knew that kind of stuff was big, but at that time, you didn't know that you were trying to get there.
Yeah.
But
I was never
there. But you weren't there, and then all of a sudden it blew up. So
yeah.
I knew that you were real excited.
Yeah, I was happy. And then the last question, what teams were I before I read this for me? I was in 10 teams. I can't even explain it. I think I'll just put in the description for how many teams I was in, and just explain it to you. Is the teams I was in, the team I joined had 500,000 people subscribed to that team. And then the teams I was in had 20 subs and 10 subs and then 200 subs and then a K and nothing at all. And then to jump from that to a team that is one day, I totally think Red's gonna blow up and get 500,000 really quick, and I could totally see that happening. But just to say I went from going from solo to having 0 subs pretty much to going to a 500,000 people subscribed to one team is pretty cool. This is at GW Light. Will your dad ever try and hit sniping clips because I think he might be better than you?
I seriously...
Do you know how complex this do you know how many buttons I hit all the time?
No. I can't even beat him at Smash Brothers anymore, so I can't imagine beating him at sniping clips.
Yeah. It's been that's the first thing we started off as. We used to be a Super Smash Bros. Family, and then I don't know, we kind of steered away from that. And it's you don't even realize there's I think there's 6 buttons or 8 buttons on the Nintendo 64 controller, and then on a 360 controller there's 20.
Yeah.
There's a lot more. It's just a lot more complex. And I know his generation, I know, what was games you played when you were younger?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I played the games when computers first started out, Pong.
Was that your first game?
Yeah, and stuff like that. I mean, believe it or not, that was crazy slow compared to what they do now. But Yeah. I mean, I used to be able to beat you at Smash, but
Not anymore.
I can't remember the last time I beat you even at Smash.
This is at Invict Pingu. Can you answer this question? Say no.
No.
Alright, this is at Stabsy. How proud was your dad when you told him you had 40,000 people unsubscribed to you? Do you know, like, can you even imagine that number? Can you think of that? Like, it's even hard for me to comprehend that. Like, 40,000 people, like, hitting that subscribe button.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to realize that there's 40,000 people watching you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty amazing.
There's a ton of people.
Yeah, that's a huge amount of people, and I mean, I think at any time when you go to a venue, you know, there's, you know,
Oh yeah,
there's
like
just,
you go into
there's just
yeah,
hundreds
or
or thousands of people, but not tens of thousands, and so yeah.
I'm basically, if you think of it, like I have like a quarter of like a Major League Baseball stadium like watching me.
Yeah.
Like that's the way you can kind of look at it. It's like something like a football, like a quarter of a football stadium like watching me.
Well, yeah, I mean, or not even, well, quarter. No, I mean, there's.
Oh yeah, there's
football
stadiums. Yeah, like 80,000.
Yeah, they hold like half
like
a
half of that.
stadium. Yeah.
It's crazy. All right, this is at LOL. It's Lewis. What was your dad's reaction to you getting attention from YouTube? Like when I first, like, let me put it in this perspective. Every single video I uploaded for like a year got like 5 likes, and I put a video on today that in 2.5 hours got 1.1k likes. Like I can't even react to that. Just the fact of like watching people. Like I always watch you in church playing, and I see like you guys play to hundreds and hundreds of people, and just like imagine that. But like 10 times, and those people are like constantly like sending messages and just like trying to tweet at me and trying to get my attention. And like, I mean, what like how would you react if somebody, like, if that happened to you?
Well, I think I was excited for you. I think my concern has always been because the internet is the internet.
Yeah,
and
you've always kind of had this background of like the internet's kind of like a scary place.
Yeah,
yeah,
because you know you don't know what's on the other side,
yeah,
and who you're talking to, what you're doing out there, who's actually seeing it, scams, all that kinds of stuff. So, but at the same time, I know that you know you can market yourself, you can brand yourself, you can do all that stuff.
It's like a good
different,
and a bad.
Yeah, there's different revenue streams. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. You know, you can do the whole, you know, marketing thing, and it's opportunity. I know that. So, and I know that a lot of folks have, you know, other kids have taken advantage of it. So, there's no reason that you can't. Still doesn't mean I don't want you to go to college.
Yeah. I know. This is from 12 callers. Hey, Randumb, who would you want to go to jail, survive on an island, or become billionaires with? I've talked to you about Blaze. I think you kind of know Rain. And do you kind of remember Scarce?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay. Knowing what I've talked about them, who would you be billionaires with, survive on an island, go to jail with? You want me to say mine first?
I guess. I mean, I don't know him that well. So.
I would say Blaze, survive on an island because we would talk all day. Scarce is like he's like a managing money like type of guy. I see him as like, I don't know. I see him as like I don't know. Just something with money. I can see Scarce is making like a ton of money just because like he's the best, like businessy, just something like that. Like Scarce is like a business machine is basically what I see. And Rain, I would totally go to jail with Rain because he's got like cred. And yeah, Rain's is cool. All right, this is for me from Flareon US. Do you watch competitive Call of Duty? Do you know like how much money like people make? Do you know Nate Shot? Have I talked to you about him? I don't think I have.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, Nate Shot is like big dude. He's like sponsored by Red Bull, and he's a gamer. And like New York Times has even done a page about him, and he makes like $1 million a year just off of playing competitive Call of Duty, like streaming and stuff like that. But like, do you think it's weird that like somebody that's like not like you know whenever you get sponsored by Red Bull, it's like always you do like amazing stuff, like a guy that jumped out of the atmosphere or whatever and like came to Earth, like he was sponsored by Red Bull,
right?
And it's just crazy like BMXers and everything. I mean, what do you think about like a Call of Duty player being sponsored by like a company like that?
Well, I mean, I've never really thought about it, but since you've been playing it and introducing me to this kind of stuff, I can completely see how people can be,
Sponsored.
sponsored by big companies like that. So, sure. I mean, once again, it's just an opportunity for revenue. So, yeah. I mean, it's completely. I think it's legit, and I'm still probably leery of making sure if you get into any kind of contracts and stuff.
No, I totally get that with like, because you never know what you're kind of getting yourself into.
Yeah, so, but you got a mother who knows a lot about.
All right, this is from, I'm not going to say that name. How many subs did you have before you joined Obey and Red? I played for 5 years straight. I made the Randumb channel 3 days before my birthday. Not last year, but the year before. And before I joined Obey and Red, I had 140 subs. And today, being a month and like 10 days later, I have like 42,300 subscribers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And like to think that, like, because I check my social blade and everything like every day, I gain like 200 a day. Just the fact of me hitting like 140 in a year, and now I do that like every single day, it jumps that much. It's just really crazy. I just think that's cool. Yeah. Alright, this is from Faults7F. What does your dad think of Blaziken? If I talked about anybody, I've talked about Blaziken the most.
For one thing, I think he looks like you.
Why does you have to say that? There's going to be so many people saying that now. Oh my god. He's cool.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like he's a cool guy, and I mean, I haven't watched probably as much as I should since you've been doing this.
Mom watches it.
Yeah, she watches him more than I do. Yeah, I mean, he seems like a cool kid. You talk about him all the time. So
it's cool. He's nice.
Yeah.
He's a bro. This is from Mars Mezzi, and I think we kind of answered this question. Do you and your dad play video games? If so, which ones? Which?
Yeah. I'm not really a gamer, so.
Yeah.
The only ones that we've played are
Smash was.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to have like hour sessions. Like
yeah, we used to play Smash for hours.
A lot.
The whole family used to play, and we still play it sometimes.
Mm-hmm. But was there like a game that you ever like wanted to get into, like really bad? Like you could see yourself like playing this for like hours. You could sit down and just be like, I just want to play this game. Like where you never really like.
No.
I want to focus on it.
No. I've never really been a gamer. So I guess there's other things I think I would rather be doing, but that's just me.
This is from Killer Strafe. What was it like when your channel started taking off? I couldn't believe it. Like the first probably 5 days it happened to me, because I gained like 22 or 23k in that amount of time. I was gaining a k to 2k every single day. And I don't think I could really explain it to anybody, just because even in my head, like gaining that many people like watching every single day just like kind of blew my mind. And I was just kind of like, it's so fast, and I couldn't wrap my head around how many people like continuously just kept subscribing and just kept hitting the button. It's like that's people actually hitting that button like 1,000 times a day, and it just kept going and going. And it was a cool feeling. It was really cool, but at the same time I was like, I can't believe this is happening. This is what I've been wanting to happen for like so long, and it's happening in like a day, which is amazing.
Yeah, you were real excited about it.
I was. Alright, this is from Isaiah Ramirez Cruz. What was the most embarrassing moment in your life so far? We're gonna do this together, because I think you got one. My most embarrassing moment is probably middle school. I was really sick, and I was getting ready to sit down, and luckily all my friends weren't there to get ready to sit down at like a table. I was going to be the first one there, and I just puked my living guts out. Do you remember this? I puked my living guts out on the table, and I threw up for like 10 straight seconds, and it was like a horror film. And I felt so bad. I cried, and a principal came and took me to the nurse's office, and I cried, and I came home and I cried, and then I went to sleep. That was my most embarrassing moment. I came to school the next day, and I got made fun of so much, and yeah, I was terrible. But that's really bad. That's really bad, isn't it? Yours probably isn't that bad.
No, I mean, I can think of a bunch.
Yeah.
Some that I can't say. But I remember one time I went to the airport and I had just getting ready to sit down, waiting for to board the plane because the plane was just getting in, and I had a cup of coffee with me, and I tripped over my own feet, and all these people were just there watching me. Tripped over my own feet, and somehow I didn't spill my coffee. But yet, what was stupid is when I tripped, I landed on somebody else's coffee. So it was crazy. It was just embarrassing.
That's so funny. All right, this is from SYG Eclipse. When did you first start playing video games? I started playing video games. You probably remember it better than I do. Then N64 was our first game. I kind of felt like it was the GameCube. I feel like that's when I started playing games pretty hard. I started asking for games, and I started asking for Legend of Zelda, and I even asked for Super Smash Bros. On the GameCube. I don't really remember. Do you remember if the N64 came first or the GameCube did?
I don't remember, but I do remember that even when we gave you Call of Duty, we were kind of like, should we really be giving him Call of Duty?
I remember.
So
True.
So that was I remember that was something that me and Mom talked about.
Do you know how many Call of Duties there are?
No, I don't even know.
There's so much I lost track. All right. This is from Future X HD. When you started YouTube, what was your goal? I had a goal at the end of 4 years. I wanted to, I was going to go to, I started this YouTube and I was getting ready to go to college. Mm-hmm. And basically I made this goal last November, pretty much. Right before all this started blowing up. I made a goal for myself. I was like, I want to be able to have some type of revenue from YouTube. Maybe I can not really have it as a part-time job, but even less than a part-time job. It kind of be off to the side to where I can continue building it. So I was thinking maybe I could get 5K at the end of a 4-year span. You upload once every 3 days and eventually get somewhere. That was my plan, and I did it in 3 hours of the RC.
Yeah, I remember you telling us. And
yeah, it was really fast.
Yeah, and it just kind of happened overnight.
All right, so the last question is at Esper. What was your first thought about your son becoming such a big YouTuber? This is towards your dad, by the way. I'm glad he did. So let me give it to you this way. There's been only probably 2 or 3 people that have hit it this big as much as me so fast. One of the things I really want to do is keep maintaining videos, really good videos. I never want to just make a video to make a video. I want to make a good video. Let me give it to you this way. People have worked a year to 2 to get to where I am. And I did it in a month, basically. And got either halfway or to the point where they're at. I've told you about big YouTubers. I've told you how much fun they have, including the money they make. It's a ridiculous amount. And do you think maybe one day I can grow towards that? And I know what you're gonna say is you can do whatever you want, right, and everything like that. 'Cause you can do whatever,
right,
and with hard work and everything like that. I don't know where this question is leading.
Well,
I don't know. I guess what was your reaction when I went to go eat with you guys? When I went to go eat with you guys in the morning or at lunch, and I told you about this stuff. What was the way you reacted?
Well, I know it's something that you've always liked to do and wanted to do, and you like doing. I think the biggest thing that I realized with you doing all this is that what I really see is your sense of enjoyment doing it, and you actually coming, I don't want to say out of your shell, but you actually,
I think I have.
You before you were more of a quiet individual, and
I was
now
inside my shell.
I see that you enjoy talking and communicating to others through YouTube and the videos and stuff like that, which is cool. Yeah. But it can also be a successful venue. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. As I've always told that to you, right?
Yeah.
You can be successful in whatever you do, as long as you if you put your heart and soul into it and you do it, which I see that you're doing, and you really enjoy it, then you can be successful at whatever you do. So, if this is something you put your heart and soul into, I know that you can make good money and be successful at it. It's just it's something new to me because I never grew up with this kind of technology.
Yeah, it is new, and I don't think a lot of people see that like a lot of people are like considered to be entertainers now just based off this. Like a lot of people don't know it, but there's millions of like people that subscribe daily to other people. Like I think I've told you this, when like every minute of every day on YouTube you fall 3.5 days behind just because of how much stuff is uploaded that minute. Every single minute goes 3.5 days back. So if you could stop time and watch 3.5 days of content every minute, then you could do it. Like I don't know what the period is for how long, but YouTube is such a huge industry, and I don't think a lot of people see that you can just become like an entertainer off YouTube as long as you got something new that people like.
Sure.
Yeah.
You definitely have to be creative, and
yeah,
it's one thing that you are.
Yeah.
I know that you're very creative. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's basically it. Thank you for coming out. I've been wanting to do it for a long time.
All right, man. Love you.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah. Have a great day, guys.